Okay.
בס שאני אעבור אצלה מתישהו? היא לא שומעת קצת.
Everyone has could you, Adele, can you mute everyone?
But I'm just saying, I'm muting everybody now and unmuting Melissa. Everybody, if you want to unmute yourself, if you have something to say, you can unmute yourself. You can also communicate in the chat window. I will be keeping my eye on the chat window. So, Melissa, take it away.
Okay. All right. Welcome, everybody. It's so good to be here tonight. Our topic tonight is how to use Zoom to play games with your students. And so I have a beautiful site to show you a little bit around and also to play a few games with you. But just to make sure everybody knows their way around Zoom, because we have some people that I don't know, if you take your mouse and you hover it down at the bottom of your Zoom screen, you will see an orange chat window, or it may not be orange when you go down, but when you go over it, it says chat. So if you click on that, if you double click on that chat window, it opens up a chat on the side of the screen. Okay, so that's one thing I wanted to show you. The other thing is, and so then and at the bottom of the chat, you see it says to everyone. But you can also, if you click on that, you can choose a specific person to send a message to, and then it's a private message. But if you're sending a message to Adele or just to the group, make sure it says to everyone before you send that message. One other thing that I wanted to show you is if you want to raise your hand, maybe Adele didn't notice that you have a comment to make. On that same bar at the bottom of your screen, it says participants. If you click on participants and open it, you'll see at the bottom of that window that opened up, you can go ahead and do this now along with me. You see at the bottom of that window that's opened up a button that says raise hand. So if you raise your hand, then Adele's going to see on the screen that you've actually raised your hand. And then she'll eventually hopefully call on you. And then you can lower your hand afterwards when you're done with your comment. And that's the same place. You can also mute yourself there, if you notice. Okay, so those are two things that I wanted to show you on here that you want to show your students as well, when you're running your class. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is at the bottom bar, show you the share. I'm sure you're all familiar at this point with the green share button on the bottom bar. So I'm going to click on the share button and I'm going to share my screen because I'd like to show you some of the games that we have for you on the Read Virtual English Fun site. So this is a site that you've been sent the link to many times. If you haven't gotten it, you can write a comment in the comments bar and we'll know to send you the link to the site. It's worth going through the whole site. It's a fantastic site. What I'm going to focus on tonight is the Fun button, the Fun tab. And there are a lot of different fun things that you can do with your students here. There's the challenges, the junior high school challenges is not actually games, but it's really fun and challenging research assignments to do for some of your stronger students.
Melissa,
yes.
Click on Fun by itself first. Just click there.
Yes.
There's a whole bunch of stuff on the top that you've passed over instead, so go back.
On the front page?
You immediately went down into the menu, but there's a ton of other stuff on the top level, including the
we've had some wonderful videos coming in, giving your students a challenge of making a video, washing their hands, and explaining in English as they make the video. And they can simply do it on WhatsApp, send the WhatsApp to you. If you choose some of those to send to us, we're happy to put them up on the site. It's been a lot of fun. And even you can also share them when you Zoom with the class at your next meeting, some of the videos that the students sent. It's a blast. It really, really is fun. And then the Let's Have Fun. Is this another site, Judy? I'm not even familiar with this. Making greeting cards for your friends. This is very cute. We got some lovely greeting cards as well. You see some examples down here. And we've had some interesting memes also for this whole Corona craziness that we've had. Okay. I wanted to focus today. There are fun riddles here. You can watch these videos together and just see who can solve them. You can start and stop the videos as you go along through your class. Can you hear this, Adele?
Yep. Oh,
okay.
No. I can hear you.
Are you hearing the video?
No.
Okay. So they would have to read this to do this. You can't always hear a video when you're showing it. It's something to be aware of. It's better to show videos that are more watching, and because sometimes you hear the video and sometimes you don't. It's hard to say. But in any case, there's lots of riddles here. You can start and stop. Yes?
There's a button to press, which when you're sharing your screen or when you're going in that asks you if you want to enhance video. But from my experience, even at the best, video doesn't come out really well. So if you want kids to watch something, send it to them beforehand. Tell them before we do our session, please watch these minutes of this video and we'll talk about it. And not to base it on video that really needs hearing.
Okay.
On the Zoom.
All right, thanks.
Table.
Okay, but I'm showing this one because this you can actually freeze it. And the questions are written on the screen, so you can watch it and you can freeze it and you can have them answer some of these questions. I'm not going to take the time to do it now. You can look at it later, but you can get the idea. Some months have 31 days, while other months have 30 days. How many months have 28 days? And see who knows the answer. And basically what we want to show you is that you can get a lot of English into your students' lives, even without necessarily hitting the old books or the old unseens. There are a lot of other fun ideas here that our counselors spent a lot of time searching through to make sure that they would find something that would be appropriate to a variety of levels of our students and things that we think would catch their interest. The English clips as well can be used to generate a discussion. You can send this clip to them, one of these clips to them to watch before class, and then spend your online time discussing what happened in the clip, discussing what they liked about it. I'm sure that you've seen these kids dancing in Uganda. I mean, it's just tremendous, just amazing to watch these dances. And then you can generate a discussion based on the video afterwards. These, I think, are from the BBC site, The Wonders of the World, which again, it's dialogue that the students can listen to, and then there are questions that you can ask questions based on what they learned about the wonders of the world, about different cities in the world, different National Geographic films that they're learning about. Nature in the world, and it can really be a very fun and interesting and dynamic discussion with your students. And if we get down to, I can't really play the apps, but these are apps that you can recommend to your students to download onto their phones. Heads Up is a lot of fun. I don't know how I would use Zoom to play that, because the whole point is that one person can't see it while everybody else does see it, and that's the opposite of what Zoom is. But these are a lot of games that are really fun to play. I'd like to focus on the games page for the next few minutes.
Melissa, I haven't heard of it, but you can stop somebody's video. Would that help?
So that one person wouldn't see it while everybody else did? So
that you won't see one of the participants. No,
let's look into that, and maybe on the Sunday night Zoom we'll show that to them, Adele.
Yeah.
Unless you can figure it out while I'm talking about.
I'm not sure that would solve the problem. Forget it. Ignore me.
It's difficult. I was playing around also with 2 screens and I haven't quite figured things out. Pictionary is one of my favorite games to play with my students. This Game Gal word generator, every time you click, it gives you a new word down below, new word rainbow, sea turtle, and you can choose easy, medium, hard, or really hard words. So sea turtle is an easy word. Let's see, an example of a really hard word is compromise. Oh, I don't know how I would show that in the picture. And it's just a way that even if you don't have a Pictionary game at home, you don't have to break your head coming up with Pictionary words. So there are 2 different ways that you can play this game using Zoom. One is the old-fashioned way. You can simply, everybody get a piece of paper, and if I give you a word, I'm going to go back. We're actually going to do this. So if everybody can grab a piece of paper that's sitting near them and a marker or a dark pen, let's see if you can all draw a picture of a cheek. Okay, everybody draw a picture of a cheek, and I'm going to stop sharing my screen. And you, after you draw that picture, are going to simply hold it up and show it to us. And let's see how everybody represents. There's Adele's pink cheek. Olga, hold it up a little bit closer. Great. Judy, I love it.
Oh, we all have
love your curly hair. Daniel, go ahead. Show us your cheek. Dina, I love it. Very nice. Okay.
I'm glad.
Anybody else? Tali?
The other cheek.
Yeah. Turn the other cheek, right? Yeah. We could do phrases also. That would be fun. Turn the other cheek. That would be interesting to come up with. Thanks, Martine.
That's not the
and 2 cheeks. Tali's got 2 cheeks there. Excellent. Okay. And so you can imagine as you go through, let's see, I'm going to get you another word. Going back to it, I'm not sharing my screen, but I'm just doing it here. Okay. The next word we have is an escalator. Okay, turn your page over and draw an escalator. Oh, I love the next word. I've got a very, very good word for my next word. I've got to find my pictures here again. Escalator. Do we like Adele's escalator? Do we know that? Would we guess what that is?
Oh,
guess it is moving up. Oh, Jackie, very good. I like that one. Martine, hold it closer so we can see you. Ah, there you got it. Awesome. Very good. Okay. Next word.
That looks like never mind.
Okay. The next word, well, I just forgot what it is. 1 second, let me go back and look. Is imagine. Please draw, and I just went up to the hard category because I decided it was too easy for you guys. You're too good at this. So now everybody's going to draw a picture of imagine.
Until now it was easy?
Oh, escalator was difficult? Cheek?
Yeah.
Tali, you're quick. You got it up there first. Very good. Nice.
Right.
Thanks, Adele. Judy, hold it a little bit closer. The light's glaring on it. We can't see it. Oh, you got a brain. Okay. Paula's imagining, she's got something in her bubble that they're imagining in the thought bubble. Very cute.
Imagining a light bulb, an idea. Good job.
Nachon, ideas, imagining ideas. Thanks, Tina.
John Lennon.
John Lennon, imagine. That's what I was thinking, Jackie, the whole time was imagine. Thanks, Sharon. Okay, any comments? How do you think that this would, you can unmute your mic if you'd like to share. What do you think about this for playing with your students?
I think it's a very
your students,
nice
teachers.
idea, but what do we do? What do students do if they don't have a camera? Like a number of our participants don't have a camera.
I think that I would recommend that not all students have smartphones, but many do. So if you suggest to your students that they open the Zoom on their smartphone, then the camera will work there. And I have one other trick that I'm going to show you briefly tonight, but we're going to talk about it more on Sunday night. Is I'm going to share my screen again. okay? I'm going to click that same green share button, and you can't see this because you can't see my screen right now, but right next to this share screen is a share whiteboard. So I can open up a whiteboard on my screen. Now, not only can I draw anything that I want here, I can choose if I want a fat or a skinny marker. I can choose colors and everything else. And I can go ahead and I can draw, imagine, I've got my person here and the bubble. Oh, but somebody else has discovered that they can annotate on my screen. So if you look, if you're on your phone, it's in the bottom left-hand corner. You're going to see a picture of a pencil inside a blue circle. And that's your annotate button. If you're on your computer, maybe somebody can help me. Somebody who's found it can help me by telling me where you... Yeah, you can. I've done it. There's a way to annotate also from your computer that even if you're somebody else just did it. They just scribbled on my screen.
They might be on.
Does anybody see it on their...
On top.
Where is it?
Oh, on top on view options.
There you go.
On top and annotate.
Okay. I happen to think, as you see, my hands are off. I'm not touching the screen now, guys. You guys are all at it. And somebody's handwriting, but if you notice, oh, I can type on my screen also.
Here, I also added text.
Yeah, oh, you could also add, yeah, and there's also, there's also stickers, and this can really be a lot of fun. So you can do a group picture here of Imagine. Nice, Adele. You can, oh, you didn't type your name. It's your arrow, and it has your name inside the arrow.
Right, and it doesn't stay there, but it lets me point at things, and you know who's pointing at them.
Right. Yeah, fair. Okay. So I'm sure that your imagination must be going wild here with what your students could do. Clearly, it's something that you don't want to do with a class with unpredictable people that you don't know what they might be drawing on the screen. I don't have to elaborate there. But if you have a trustworthy class that understands, you know, you've spoken to them about the ground rules of online communication, then, you know, this can be a really fun tool to share together, of making an entire screen of Imagine, or simply taking turns. Like my original idea had been, you remember how I showed you in the comments bar that you can send a private comment? So you could send, I could send, like, say, just to Adele, beautiful, just to Adele a word. And then Adele could be drawing it here, and everybody else could be guessing. Or her team could be guessing. And in that way, we could really play Pictionary as it was originally meant to be. Okay, so there's...
Among the on the annotate bar, there was also a clear. And I cleared everybody's, and I don't think that's only me because I opened it.
Right.
That's something else. You have to look and see if you can lock the clear thing so that people can't clear other people's...
Oh, clear the whole screen. I'm not seeing, I can't check it. Oh, because it's not open right now. Oh, Orit just started, okay. Orit just shared her screen, and then I'm clicking view. Oh, that's okay. All right, so I'm going to go back. We've got a lot of comments over here, Adele. I see you responding to them.
Responding to them.
Are there any points that came up here, Adele, that you'd like to share with everybody?
What, that were in the chat?
Yeah.
Somebody, Dina asked, well, you can read them. Dina asked if you can see the chat as well while you're sharing the screen, and I explained to her that that can be challenging, but I recommend that you play around with your colleagues, like Zoom with each other and experiment on each other, play around with all the buttons, have you guys be each other's guinea pigs.
Yeah, for sure.
It's to the class Zoom feeling a little bit more self-confident.
Yeah. Thanks. That's a really good point, Adele, because you don't want to go into this totally blind. You want to feel in control of your tools as you go into it. This is an area that
if I could just say one thing that I found, because my
Sure.
class doesn't necessarily pay attention. Also, this is with playing around just out of necessity. When I opened up a video, even you can draw on a video, and they love to draw, and they made all sorts of things. I found that if you did pause share screen, which is also I think at the top where the annotate would be, when you do pause share screen, it just locks everything. They can still see what's on the screen, but they can't just, you know, scribble and doodle and everything.
So you can also set it, when you open it, you can set it not to allow annotations.
Really?
Right. You can, yeah, you can actually at the bottom when you're setting up, I think the video, where you have
Check that out. I didn't see that.
virtual. I have to remember where it is, because I came across it one day and I said, oh, that'll be very, very useful, but now I don't remember where it is. See if I could remember that. But yeah, you can play with it and you can find that also. Okay, I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to show you a couple more games that we're going to play together before our time is up, because 40 minutes goes very, very, very quickly on a Zoom. Yep.
So what about using the virtual background?
So hang on. Yeah.
By the way, can you see here at the bar you have the option of more. The bars that appears
Get
at
it
the top
closer
of
to
the
your
page.
camera, Tali.
So what? Excuse me?
Put it
Okay.
to your camera.
I'll do it. Okay.
Put the cell phone closer to your camera so we can see it.
Okay. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you see? Okay. Look at the bar. Okay, on the whiteboard. If you press the button more, you can see the option of enable or disable participants annotations.
Yeah.
So that's on the phone.
Yes.
On the
So we
phone.
want to it's not on the phone. You can see it on the screen. Can you show us please now the whiteboard again, and I'll show it to you. Everyone will be able to see.
You could put your phone down. It's on black.
Okay. So I opened.
So where is the bar? Can you show us the bar?
Okay, up at the top, the more. I don't think that you can see my bar. I think you just see the whiteboard.
Okay, so
Okay, so if your whiteboard is open, the black bar at the top has more, and then it shows disable participants annotations, show the names of annotators, etc. Yeah, so there it is. But there's a way that, oh, I wonder if then that would also hold for even when you've closed the whiteboard. I'm not sure. Okay.
Send it to the group, okay? So you will be able to see.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, thanks. Okay, so I want to go back and I would like to show you Word Shake, which I actually really was enjoying playing today. I think it's basically Boggle. And it's on the British Council site, so you can get to it also. Whoa, sorry, let me turn the sound off. Turn the sound off so I can keep talking to you. And I was thinking, although I'd love to hear some of your suggestions also, our time is ticking. We only have less than 3 minutes. I was thinking that everybody could type in the, oh, but Adele, can I see the, yeah, I can split my screen, can't I? So that we can see comments.
Words, I think.
Yeah, I thought that they could see the comments on the side.
Like geek or like GEEK or GES.
So what we would have them
give you the letters.
Or you could call on people one at a time and they could have their words ready as you go around the room.
They can raise their hands. Sharing the screen and seeing the comments at the same time is challenging. Can you do that? Try it, Melissa. Can you see the comments? I can see the people. Like I opened up the people. I can see the grid of people. Change your view to see
I can only see all the people. I don't see anywhere to show the comments, which is a shame.
Yeah, because if you could if you could see the comments, people could type their answers in.
Yeah, that was my.
What about using the virtual background? What about going in and telling each student to put up a virtual background of where they'd like to be today since they're locked in?
But then they have to upload a photo, right?
They have photos on their computers usually.
Yeah, that's a cute idea.
Did you use side-by-side mode?
Where do you find that?
At the top where it says view options, where the annotate is, if you go all the way down, it says side-by-side mode.
I think that there are a lot of things that are available on a phone that aren't available on the computer.
I'm on my computer. I'm on my computer.
Okay, so wait, so first let me show you the virtual backgrounds, okay? If you click on, right next to stop video is a little arrow. Don't click on stop video, but click on the arrow. You'll see that you can choose a virtual background. Now, I don't have a white, you have to have a white or a green wall behind you in order to see this, and I'm gonna make you nauseous because I have a very, oh, there we go. I'm turning to a white wall. So I just chose a picture, my favorite photo of my upside down zebra, and that could be the background while I'm talking on the computer, talking on the Zoom. Obviously, it only works if you have a black back or a green background. If you look at Adele's photo, you see where Adele is in her beautiful Western Negev with the colony out all around her. So Adele's suggestion is that you could have students upload photos of where they would like to be today instead of stuck in their homes. Jackie, what would you upload? What photo would you upload?
I would definitely upload a pub, but I can't find one right now, so.
Orit, where are you? Orit's got a lot of artichokes behind her. Very cute. Anybody else? Oh, Dina, you have gone to San Francisco, yeah? Gorgeous.
And Paula's gone, oh, where'd you go, Paula? Oh, she's playing with her
Paula's with her grandchildren, of course. Where else would Paula want to be?
Because I haven't seen them in weeks.
Yeah.
Yes. Amazing. Okay. Anybody else? Tali Samuel, where would you want to go?
I would like to
Anywhere, but I can't seem to put a photo on. Where do I put the photo? Where do I get the photo?
Okay, so if you, go down to your bottom bar and you click on the arrow.
Yeah.
Martine, you're scaring us.
That's not me. I
How
clicked
exactly do you do it?
Choose virtual background, but I don't have any photos there.
Right, so then you have to upload them. Okay, so then you have to, up on the right side, it says add image.
Where can you see it?
It says,
I can't see it.
so,
Share your screen. I don't know if you'll be able to show.
I don't think I can share my screen and play around with this.
I've got none, I've got that San Francisco, I've got grass, and I've got the earth.
Okay, okay, found it. I think, it disappeared.
I don't know where to load the pictures.
Okay, so if you click if you click on the screen where it says choose a virtual background, then I have a window that's opened up, a settings window. Okay, I see myself in the middle, a photo of myself talking, and then below it, on the bottom right, at the bottom of my photo, I see a plus sign and it says add image.
Plus image, okay. But
yes,
no, the
plus
image says choose virtual background. That's what it says.
So, right, exactly. So then you go into your photos file on your computer or whatever it might be, okay? And then you choose from there a photo.
Okay.
Got it? Anybody else? And that's really, that was a great idea, Adele. That's really a lot of fun. Martine, I like your bookmarks, your monster bookmarks.
Okay, we got 5 minutes left, guys.
All right. So I really wanted to finish by playing Hangman with you. Okay, so I'm going to go back to sharing my screen. And I'm going to leave the British Council. and go back to the Read Virtual Fun site. I mean, there's so many games that we haven't looked at here. Some are more and some are less appropriate to sharing on a screen. But Hangman, I've done with my students and is really very, very cute. We'll start the game and we can choose a category. Judy, what category would you like tonight?
I would like nature, please.
Okay, nature for 5. Well, now I just have to find it.
Yeah, on the left side.
The third line left.
Got it. Got it. Okay. So
Sharon's raised her hand. Do you want to, if you want to speak, I suggest I'm going to unmute everybody.
yeah,
So that,
and just try to go one at a time. And if you want to choose a letter, you have to say A as in apple so that I can hear clearly. Up, no A's. So then it disappears. Who's next? Shout them out, guys.
E as an elephant.
There you go. You got yours. You bought yourself an E.
T as in tree.
Oh, very good.
H as in helmet.
It's a nature word.
As in sun.
Sun.
U. An umbrella. Umbrella.
Okay, can somebody make a mistake here so we can see what happens? When you, oh, you guys are terrible. Look, you're hanging yourselves. Does anybody have any idea what this is? Very good job, guys. The sun. Okay, then we can go back and we can play again.
Are there levels?
There are harder. I think that there are harder levels. This one is pretty easy.